So, you want to make a cell activator, but you don't want to get Australian Floetrol. I got you. This is an alternative recipe to create the bloom technique that I use in Egypt, where a lot of the products are not available. We're not going to use untinted house paint, we're not going to use Josonier gloss varnish, and we're not going to use Australian Floetrol. What you need here is just a pillow paint, like a house paint that you would use for the base layer called the pillow. You're going to need a retail pouring medium with your acrylic paint to make the colors, and you're going to want a good quality pigment type of paint like Amsterdam titanium white or oxide or ivory black, and water to create the cell activator. The thing a lot of people get wrong about cell activators is they think it's just the recipe for the cell activator that does everything, whereas in reality it works in tandem with the pouring medium that you use in your colors. If either one is off in consistency, the other one doesn't really work correctly. So we're going to use a measuring spoon, meaning where our recipes are in volume, and you're going to do 1 part of paint to 2 parts of your pouring medium. This will give you paint that looks like this. It's kind of on the thick side. When you drizzle it, as you can see, the trace leaves a mound on top of the paint. If you're a little bit thicker than this, that's okay, but try to not be thinner than this because you'll be a little bit too thin. Now for the cell activator, we're going to do 1 part of paint to 1 part of water. And notice how this compares to the other, it's a lot thinner. Now we'll move on to the pillow. So the pillow, as we said, I've given you some options for paint that you can use straight out of the can, and you won't need to thin it at all. If it's paste-like, if it doesn't look fluid like this, you will need to add some water. Now the most important part, the halo. Look at the outline of the black. Do you see how it's a little bit fuzzier? It looks like it's almost sinking a little. This is called the halo, and the halo will tell you everything you need to know about your consistencies. If your cell activator is too thin, you'll notice that cell activator blob quickly all becomes a halo, and it all looks like that fuzzy outline. And if your cell activator is too thick, you won't get a halo at all. And this is how you adjust your cell activator. But bear in mind that recipes for cell activator all assume that your colors and your pillow are at the correct consistency. That's why I was telling you the recipe for the cell activator by itself doesn't mean anything. If I completely changed the recipe for the color and I made it a lot thinner, this same cell activator that's working great now won't work at all. Now, in terms of blowing out the paint, you can use your mouth, you can use a straw, you can use a small pipe if that suits you better, if it makes it easier. But essentially, you're going in at a roughly 45-degree angle and pushing the paint out. Once you're done with the blowout part, you'll notice that your paint isn't level. So before I do the spinning on the spin table, I pick up everything and sort of tilt it around to even out the paint. And only when you notice that the paint all moves together, then start spinning. One of the things that I like to do, because my spin table isn't contained in anything, is between spins, I kind of scoop off the excess paint. This way, you'll see it starts shooting out of the corners. I scoop that off and then spin again, and this sort of keeps my workspace clean without any paint flying off.